Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about gambling streams. It's probably going to be a short video because I actually don't have a really strong opinion on this. For once, I don't have a strong opinion on something, so that's cool. So gambling streams are when a gambling website promotes usually a Twitch streamer. I've really only heard about it on Twitch, but maybe it happens on other streaming sites. But Twitch is the biggest streaming site, really, so for live streaming site. So on Twitch, creators will get paid to promote a gambling website, and they will gamble with money that isn't theirs. So they'll gamble with the company's money, and they get to keep what they make, and then they get other money too that they're guaranteed to get. And they promote it to their audience, and then usually their teenage audience. Usually this happens with like a lot of creators with like a younger, more like 10 to 13 audience is when people get more upset about it because it's like you're promoting it to children. But so they promote that and they gamble on stream, and they like say the name of the website a few times, and they say, look at how cool this website is, you should go do that. And there are a few reasons why that wouldn't be good. One, it's even if they say it's not their own money and they're getting paid to do it, people aren't going to fully understand that. People aren't going to digest that, especially kids who are really the ones that are at risk here, because who cares if adults well, let me explain some backstory for gambling websites. For gambling in person, you have to show ID and stuff, and obviously you get around that with a fake ID, and that is possible, but it's a lot easier for an underage person to gamble on a gambling website because all you need is a credit card. Because if you have to be 18 to have a credit card, but you can just like take somebody else's credit card. So the issue is that children are taking their parents' credit cards to gamble with these websites that streamers are promoting, and they're taking their parents' credit cards and they're losing money. And obviously gambling is very addicting, and kids will get addicted to gambling because they will. So there's a lot of debate right now over whether or not this is ethical for streamers to promote. The side where it's not ethical is you have a responsibility for what you tell your audience, which I agree with. You do have a when you have influence, you need to be careful with what you do with that influence. I do think that content creators with influence need to be careful, and they need to be selective with what they promote. If they wanted to gamble, who cares? It's as long as they're an adult, it doesn't matter. No one cares if they're gambling. But when they are taking money from that site, when they already are wealthy to begin with, and they don't need the money. So when they don't need the money and they just want the money anyway, and they put their audience in a weird position where the audience is very open to suggestion, because it's like, oh, this person is so cool, I love this person, they're telling me that this website's cool and I could make money, so I'll do it. And then children are gambling, and so they're influencing their child audience, and it's misleading because the streamer is not putting in any of their own money. They're only using the money that the company gives them, and so if they lose it, they don't actually lose anything. They're not gambling with their own money. There's no risk for them. So they're misleading their audience, whereas their audience has a lot more to lose, because the audience will use their own money or their parents' money, and they will lose that money, because realistically, if you gamble, you will lose money. There are very few people who will gamble and make money. And so that's the argument of why it's not ethical. So you have a responsibility for your audience, they're going to lose money, you have nothing to lose from this, you're already rich, why do you need more money? Can't you just take a sponsor from something else? Can't you just get sponsored by a less harmful scam? And so that's the side of the argument where it's not ethical. But then there is another side to the argument which I don't really like, but I also don't hate, where these websites are 18 plus, and if you're not over 18 and you decide to gamble anyway, it's no one's fault but your own. And then the website is liable for that, not the streamer. And that they didn't tell you to be underage and gamble. They didn't tell you to steal your parents' credit card and gamble. But I don't really agree with that, because they did influence you to do it. That if you gamble on a website because of a streamer, you did it. they influenced you. The website didn't influence you. You wouldn't have gone on that website without that. Do I think that every influencer that did a gambling stream should be like deplatformed? Absolutely not. That would be an insane take. They didn't directly on purpose hurt someone, although this could have potentially hurt people. I don't think they did it with bad intent. They didn't intend on hurting people. I think that they're just not very smart and they were being careless. I don't think this is an issue of malintent. I think this really is an issue of content creators not understanding the power that they hold over their audience and the influence that they have. When you don't understand the influence that you have, that can cause problems when you do actually have a lot of influence. These streamers are like huge streamers and they have influence over their young audience and they are using it to promote gambling, and that's unhealthy. Let me know what you think, because I don't really know what I think. I feel almost nothing towards this issue. I'm kind of leaning towards the side of like, you don't need to do it, you don't need the money, don't do it. But also, like, kids should know better than to do this, because gambling is dumb. So let me know.